sadness mixed with joy, and three words: absurd, IDF or army, and lifestyle. Just before we turn on the radio, I want to talk about today. Today, Yom HaZikaron and Erev Yom HaAtzmaut. This morning, thousands of graves were visited, as is traditional in Israel. This morning, an entire country stood for 2 minutes in silence and remembered. Remembered all 23,928 fallens. An entire country heard and cried and remembered its brothers and sisters, its sons and daughters. And today, an entire country is going to celebrate its independence. 73 years ago, we became a state. From the moment David Ben-Gurion said the words, "Anu machrizim bazot al hakamat medina yehudit be'eretz Israel hi medinat Israel," we hereby declare the establishment of the State of Israel. And to this day, and for years to come, we are a state. We're home to the entire Jewish people. The word home is not just a beautiful word that sounds good. It's a meaningful word. If you ever visited Israel, I'm sure you could identify with the following sentence. It feels like home. It felt like home. Every Jewish person I met in my life who had ever visited Israel gave me the same answer when I asked him how he felt when he was there. And they all say, it felt like home. So after a day of national sadness, we're going to celebrate our home, our country. Last Sunday, we had the privilege of hearing an amazing lecture from Avraham Infeld, one of the most unique and compelling teachers and leaders in the Jewish world today. He talked to us about independence season and the 9 days of we. His description of the transition between Yom HaZikaron and Yom HaAtzmaut was the most accurate there is. He said, and like magic, when the clock turned to 8 p.m., Am Yisrael moved from sadness to independence celebrations, with shows and fireworks. But make no mistake, this transition is no coincidence. The concept of the position of Yom HaZikaron and Yom HaAtzmaut following one another is full of thought and planning. If you don't know the price we paid, how can we appreciate what we receive? We are people who remember, and we paid a heavy price. We remember and appreciate what we receive. I will say one more sentence on that subject. An expression that is said almost every Yom HaZikaron ceremony. Bemotam tzivu lanu chaim. In their death, they command us life. Their sacrifice is not in vain. We have a country, we have a home, and we remember and celebrate. And now, let's turn on the radio and find out a bit more about Israel. We're going to start with a song called Nechake Lecha. We will wait for you, by Yishai Ribo and Natan Goshen.
הקרבות עוד באוויר, עם עייף חובש פצעיו, יושב סופר ימיו.
Let's stop here for a second. The smell of battles are still in the air. Tired people wear their wounds, sitting, counting their days. This is what they tell us. This is what they sing. We can still smell the battles, and that's not a good smell. It's not a good smell like the smell of rain or blossom of flowers. It's a smell of all the people we lost, all of the wars and operation we fought, and the ones waiting for us. Like we never stopped fighting. We have a country, we have Israel, we have a home for the past 73 years. So why for such a long time we're still fighting? We are tired of it. We keep wearing our wounds like they never had a time to heal. We counting our days like we live on some borrowed time. Why is that feeling echoing all over? Let's continue to another part of the song.
שמש בשמיים אפורים, עם בארץ אבותיו, נלחם עוד על חייו.
Sky, sun in a gray sky. A people in the land of their ancestor, still fighting for their life. We are fighting. We will always have hope. Even in the sea of endless battles, we still have hope. We have our sunlight showing up in the grayest sky, in the darkest day. This land, the land of Israel, is our land of our ancestor over 3,000 years ago. We are the people of Israel from the land of Israel. So why are we still fighting? Why can't we just live our life in our land? Why are we afraid for our life? Why the numbers going up every Yom HaZikaron? This song is not a song for Yom HaZikaron. It's not a memory song. This song, you can hear it all over the radio in Israel, no matter the time of year. This song, when I first heard him, like I said, I didn't pay attention. I didn't listen to the words. Until after maybe 10 times I heard it, or even more, it struck me. It struck me what this song is talking about. This is our absurd life, absurd scenario of our lives in the eyes of those singers. Let's move on. En Benenu Halal is our next song by a singer whose stage name is Tuna. There is no space between us. I'm gonna take a small part of this song. Let's hear it. So super awesome to have a bottle of Coke, Coca-Cola, Bamba, a snack, and an M16 on your shoulder. That's kind of absurd. That's kind of cynical. But when you turn 18 in Israel, you're drafted to the IDF. When you turn 18, pretty much everywhere else in the Western world, you go to college or you go to work. You basically become a grown-up, start your life. Not in Israel. We draft to the army. We're gonna serve for 3 years. You get a gun on your shoulder, and you're eating Bamba and drinking Coca-Cola. And how absurd that sounds. This is our life. This scenario will be so familiar to Israelis. If I'll talk to any of my friends right now, I can guarantee 99% of them has experienced that. Sitting down in an army base, drinking some Coca-Cola, eating some Bamba because you want some snack, with their gun on their shoulder, with an M16 on their shoulder. Because this is what we do. This is what we need to do. This is how we can protect our home. Continue with the army idea. Let's go for another song. This song name is Od Yom, Another Day. It's by a band named Full Trunk. And it's actually the theme song of an Israeli TV show talking about the army. So I'll give you a glimpse of the clip and a small part of the song.
אף אחד פה לא יעצור לנו את הזמן, אז יאללה תן גז, לא אכפת לנו לאן. כל היום בחום אבל פתאום הכל פנן, כי עוד שנייה סופה שבוא ייקח אותי מכאן.
Nobody's gonna stop the time. So yalla, come on, press the gas. We don't care where we go. We're all day in the heat, but suddenly everything turns great because the weekend is here to take us away. So we draft for 3 years. We're gonna serve for 3 years, protect Israel for 3 years. At the age of 18, we put on uniforms. A year pass, and you grow tired. You're tired of the same routine. You're tired of your officer yelling at you. You want to go home. You want to go home for the weekend. You're sick of that. You want to see your friends. You want to go out. You want to be with your family. And they keep on singing.
לעוף מפה מוכן, החלקתי כבר מזמן, יאללה בוא כבר ותיקח אותי מכאן.
Take me from here. I'm ready to get out of there. I had enough a long time ago. Come on, and get me out of here. We had enough. We want to go home. We want to do something else. There are so many phrases saying that exact same thing. נחנקנו, עד מתי, כמה עוד, למה אכלתי אמא. All of those expression are words. And that basically all means we had enough. But we do love to complain. We complain all the time. But still going to combat units. Doing pre-military tasks to get to the special units. We train to be in the army. This is what we grow up to. There is a famous expression saying, "Tochal tigdal tieh chayal." Eat, grow up, become a soldier. We're proud of it. So what if we complain? Actions talked better than words. Moving to our next song. Chaim Beseret. We're living in a movie by Hatikva Shesh.
דמיינו אותי, ישאל מותי, גיבור העל היהודי, ואם תראו אותי אין מה להיבהל, יש לי על הראש כיפת ברזל. אז אני מסתובב לי לרוב בקיץ, במסכה תחתון וטייץ, ארץ ישראל, את כל כך חמה, סיכוי גדול למלחמה.
So imagine me, an immortal man, the Jewish superhero. And if you see me, there is nothing to panic about. I have an iron dome on my head. Kippat Barzel. A kippah is a yarmulke. So I have an iron kippah on my head. So I hang out most of the summer in a mask, legging, and underwears like Superman. The land of Israel is so hot. It's a great chance of war. So we are all living in kind of a movie. We all superheroes of ourselves. We have an iron dome, we have an army. We're protecting ourselves. We know there might be a war, but we know we don't need to panic because we are our own superheroes. We believe in ourselves and we believe that we can make it through. The Israeli salad. Well, I admit I'm kind of hungry, but that's not a salad I'm going to talk about. This salad is a salad of Israel, of the people of Israel. So you might heard the expression saying a melting pot. Israel is a melting pot. That was the idea back in the days, at the beginning of Israel. Fast forward a couple of years, they realized they can make new Israeli. They can melt everyone together to create a new Israeli. We all came from different places. We're all the same, but still different. We all realize we're a salad. So many different ingredients go inside a salad. Yet each one of them is different, but all together creating a salad. Israel is a salad. The next song shows exactly that. I'll ask you to look on the singers, their appearance. They're all different, but they're all Israelis.
70 שנה במכונית, אני נוסע ומביט על מה היה ומה נהיה, ואיך נפשי עוד הומייה מהמצדה של הסליחות, ירושלים בסליחות, מחוף כנרת ואכסי, מהמסיבות של תל אביב, אבי חלם והתפלל לחיות בארץ
אוספים ביחד נדודים בתוך תרמיל געגועים. אדם מונוף מולדתו חורת כלבים בכף ידו בין התפילות לנדרים ריחות ברדס של הדרים ובעיניה של אמי תמיד אמצא את מקומי על הגיטרה מתנגן ניגון עתיק שמחבר. כאן זה בית, כאן זה לב ואותך אני לא עוזב. אבותינו שורשים ואנחנו הפרחים המנגינות שבט אחים ואחיות. מבראשית הכל תפור טלאים טלאים של הסיפור בו שתי מילים להתחבר בחוט זהב של משורר. אני מכאן אני שייך וכל חבר שלי כמו אתה פועמת בלבבי אני מזרח מערבי. כאן זה בית, כאן זה לב ואותך אני לא עוזב. אבותינו שורשים ואנחנו הפרחים המנגינות שבט אחים
כאן זה בית, כאן זה לב, ואותך אני לא עוזב. אבותינו השורשים, ואנחנו הפרחים, המנגינות, שבט אחים ואחיות.
Sorry, a tribe of brothers and sisters. We all started at the same place. We spread across the world, but we're still connected. We're still the same tribe. This song was written 3 years ago for Israel's 70th birthday, and it takes us to a tour throughout Israel diversity, throughout our connection to our tribe, to our land, the land of Israel. We remember our past, our ancestors, and we are the flowers. We are the songs of today. We knew what we sacrifice, and we celebrate our country, our home. We're our tribe of brothers and sisters. Well, this song, it's the oldest song I'm putting here tonight. It's 6 years old, but the most Israeli song had to get into the music lecture about Israel. הכי ישראלי, by התקווה 6.
ערב חדש אבטיח קר, זהו זה ולא אחרת. כיבוש צנחנים מרקה יעלים, לא, אין לנו ארץ אחרת. ים סוף, ים המלח, ים תיכון, ים כנרת. פיסות טובה לשבת שבאה וחוזרת. רק בחג עם אוסף של כברת. עוד מונדיאל אבל בלי הנבחרת.
New Evening, Cold Watermelon, This Is It, זהו זה. It's a TV show, so this is it, and not another. Formation of paratroopers, Arak Ayalim, Arak the drink. We have no other country. The Red Sea, the Mediterranean Sea, the Kinneret Sea, the Sea of Galilee. Sunday's morning feeling on a Saturday. Well, Sunday's morning is our work day. It's like Monday feeling, like Monday's morning feeling on a Sunday evening. Holiday traffic with a collection of kaveret. Kaveret is a band in Israel, a really famous band. Another World Cup, but without the team. So let's start from the end. Another World Cup without the team. Well, it might be the most Israeli thing, but the World Cup, Israel, as I haven't been in a World Cup in a while now, and it became kind of a joke in Israel. Like, yeah, we have a soccer team, but they're never gonna make it to the World Cup. We're doing better in basketball, I would say, but not in soccer that much. Although soccer, I would say, the most popular sports in Israel. These songs have so many things that are Israelis. Well, saying something Israeli is kind of strange. Like, you could say hummus is really Israeli, but hummus is really Lebanese. Started in Lebanon. And all those things that are Israelis started somewhere else, probably. Well, we do have the formation of paratroopers. Everyone want to be a paratrooper. Everyone trying to get there and going into the test. Yes, there is traffic everywhere, but we are the only one having kaveret to listen to. To be the most Israeli is also the next part of this song.
אני פורק סחורה, ווייזים אין ברירה, אובמה תעזור, ואלוהים ישמור, אנחנו נשתדל, יש כיפת ברזל, השיר כולו מקורי, רק הלחן עממי.
Yeah, בסדר. It's going to be okay. It will be okay. This phrase, something I say every day pretty much. I'll say everyone say every day pretty much. This is our approach to life. We say, no, it's gonna be okay. Don't worry about it. Yeah, בסדר. What are you gonna do with the corona? Don't worry. Yeah, בסדר. We'll fix that. We'll find a solution. We're gonna be okay. Don't even worry about it. This is what they say. They say, yeah, בסדר. I'm just unloading the goods when we park on non-parking area. It's gonna be okay. We have Waze, we have navigation if there's no other choice. It's gonna be okay, and I told you it's an old song. Obama will help. It's gonna be okay. God will keep us safe. Yeah, בסדר. We'll do our best. Yeah, בסדר. We'll have our Iron Dome. Yeah, בסדר. This song is original. Just the tune is familiar. The next song, kind of continuing this message.
ארץ של שמש על הים התיכון, הגלים פה לא שקטים, זה אומר המון.
מהחול של הנגב ועד החרמון, בית חם ובו כולם אומרים שלום.
מול כל מכשול וכל חידה, עוד תקוותנו לא עבדה.
מה יוליד יום זאת לא נדע, ועל הכל נאמר תודה.
כמו שהיה, ככה יהיה, עברנו הכל, נעבור גם את זה.
לא יפלו פנינו, זה קטן עלינו.
כמו שהיה, ככה יהיה, עברנו הכל, נעבור גם את זה.
לא יפלו פנינו, זה קטן עלינו. קפה במרפסת, ריחות של שבת, איך כולנו פה אותו דבר כמעט. לשמור על הדגל עוד פעם אחת.
כמה עוד אפשר, הזמן עובר לאט. מכשול וכל חידה, עוד תקוותנו לא עבדה.
מה יוליד יום זאת לא נדע, ועל הכל נאמר תודה.
כמו שהיה, ככה יהיה, עברנו הכל, נעבור גם את זה.
לא ייפלו פנינו, זה קטן עלינו.
כמו שהיה, ככה יהיה, עברנו הכל, נעבור גם את זה.
לא ייפלו פנינו, זה קטן עלינו.
ראפ ישראלי, זה קטן עלינו, הצרה היא מינימלית. עם אחד כולם מעורבבים כמו כימיקלים, עובדים מ8-5 אבל חולמים דולרים. סוף שבוע ממלאים מועדונים ופאבים. זה לא חלום או בדיחה, יש לנו גם משפחה, יחד איתי ואיתך, כולם ינשמו לרווחה. יש לנו לב וגם יש לנו שכל וכוח רצון וטיפה של מזל. כולנו אש, אין לנו פחד, ככה בטוח יהיה לנו קל.
מול כל מכשול וכל חידה, עוד תקוותנו לא עבדה.
מה יוליד יום זאת לא נדע, ועל הכל נאמר תודה.
כמו שהיה, ככה יהיה, עברנו הכל, נעבור גם את זה.
לא ייפלו פנינו, זה קטן עלינו.
כמו שהיה, ככה יהיה, עברנו הכל, נעבור גם את זה.
לא ייפלו פנינו, זה קטן עלינו.
כמו שהיה, ככה יהיה, עברנו הכל, נעבור גם את זה.
לא ייפלו פנינו, זה קטן
יאללה, כולם,
עלינו.
כמו שהיה, ככה יהיה, עברנו הכל, נעבור גם את זה.
לא ייפלו פנינו,
לא ייפלו,
זה קטן עלינו.
עברנו
זה קטן עלינו.
כמו שהיה, ככה יהיה, עברנו הכל, נעבור גם את זה. לא ייפלו פנינו, זה קטן עלינו. כמו שהיה, ככה יהיה, עברנו הכל, נעבור גם את זה. לא ייפלו פנינו, זה קטן עלינו. כמו שהיה, ככה יהיה, עברנו הכל, נעבור גם את זה. לא ייפלו פנינו, זה קטן עלינו.
לא ייפלו פנינו, זה קטן עלינו.
We got this. Katan Alenu by pretty much almost every artist, every singer in Israel. This song just aired not too long ago. It was during the Corona pandemic. It was written to remind us, remind us that we can do it. We can make it through. We are strong together. We've been through so much, and we make it every single time. No exceptions. Kmo shaya, like it was. Kacha yeh, it will be. We've been avarnu hakol. We've been through so much. We've been through a lot. Na'avor gam et zeh. We're gonna pass this one too. They show us the diversity in Israel, the different pieces of the salad, the different ingredients, the different people. It describes Israel atmosphere, what it feels like, the smells of Shabbat, coffee on the porch, and it's telling us, Yeh beseder, it's gonna be okay. This song, Ha'ivrit HaChadasha, the New Hebrew by Hatikva Shesh, is talking about our language, which is not perfect. Hebrew is not perfect. And I'm not sure if this is what we aim for when we talked about Hebrew, when they revive the Hebrew language, we're missing a lot of words. So we borrow from different languages. And I could say mostly we borrow from English, a little bit from Arabic maybe. Now this song, it's not translated like the other two. This song have only the original subtitles it came with. But I know, and I can guarantee, even if your whole vocabulary in Hebrew is shalom, that you're gonna understand most of it. Because this is our new Hebrew. This is our עברית, העברית החדשה.
יש לי דיליי, אני בג'טלג, היה לי אוברווייט, קניתי הנבג, כתבתי מיילים, הוספתי JPEG, אני לא בפוקוס, תוסיף לי השטג, סוואג. אומייגאד, שפה קשה, העברית החדשה, אני לא מבין את המבטא, דבר אל העברית בבקשה. איווה! לא, אני בסטרס, כל הקטע של העברית מתפספס. סיריוסלי, יש לי תחושה שזה קורס. קייסס, זה לא בידיל, זה מבאס. תראו, כולם היום עובדים 24/7, בלי הרבה תשוקה, עם המון פשן, נונסטופ חולמים על רילוקיישן, על אקזיט מפואר, על סטארט-אפ ניישן. יוצאים לדייטים, לאיזה רנדבו, בלופ אחד, מדז'בו לדז'בו, שותים שוטים, צ'ייסרים, דרינקים עם כולם, בונים על אפי אאוור, על הנגובר חינם, ואין בלנס, בין ההיי ללו, חיים ריאליטי שואו, תאמינו לי, I know וזה לבי, hello, כבר הגיע הזמן that we speak the language of the Hebrew man. Oh my God, שפה קשה, העברית החדשה, אני לא מבין את המבטא, דבר אל העברית בבקשה. המקיף יהיה ב-AIG, הקבצים הם בגיף או ב-BMP, הבדיקות US, MRI, CT, וה-MVP תמיד ב-VIP. לא טסים אקונומי, טסים בלואו-קוסט, לא כותבים למגירה, עכשיו כותבים לנוטס, לא ניגשים אל המבחן, ניגשים לטסט, בפייט אגרסיבי נותנים את הבסט, ואם מתים על איזה שיט, שמים בריפיט, אם זה לא מספיק קליט, קוויק קונטרול על דילית, סוויט, מעלים לסטורי, פספסת I'm sorry, no comment and glory, oh be happy, don't worry, יש לי פלשבק, היה לי בלקאוט, עשיתי צ'ק אין, עשיתי צ'ק אאוט, הייתי פייבוריט, קיבלתי נוקאוט, לקחתי מיקרופון, עשיתי סולד אאוט. אומייגאד, שפה קשה, העברית החדשה, אני לא מבין את המבטא, דבר אל העברית בבקשה. אומייגאד, קשה שפה, העברית החדשה, גם בן יהודה לא ידע, פליז יותר עברית בבקשה. איווה! אז איך אומרים וי-פיי בעברית? וי-פיי. איך אומרים פרוטקשן בעברית? פרוטקשן. איך אומרים סלפי בעברית? סלפי. איך אומרים אקשן בעברית? יאללה. איך אומרים מידיום בעברית? מידיום. איך אומרים פרימיום בעברית? פרימיום. איך אומרים וואלה חסרות לנו מילים, לעברית יש בעיות אז מלווים ומלווים ומלווים. אומייגאד, שפה קשה, העברית החדשה, אני לא מבין את המבטא, דבר אל העברית בבקשה. וואי וואי וואי, שפה קשה, העברית החדשה, גם בן יהודה לא ידע, דבר אל העברית בבקשה, דבר אל העברית בבקשה, דבר אל העברית בבקשה, דבר אל העברית בבקשה, דבר יותר עברית בבקשה.
Oh my God, שפה קשה. Hard language, the new Hebrew. I can't understand the accent. Please talk more Hebrew. But this is our Hebrew. Tonight, in that short period of time, we went over 8 different songs. From the last few years, I told you, The oldest song is 6 years old, and that's not that old in music. Went through a quick overview of the songs, but we listened. We can dive into each songs and talk for hours, but this was not my intention. I wanted to give you a small taste of Israel, a quick transition, like the transition from Yom HaZikaron to Yom HaAtzmaut, from crying over a grave of a father, brother, or uncle in the morning, and in the evening when the clock turns 8, like Abraham Infield said, we see fireworks and celebrate. Today's transition represents the way of life we are used to as Israelis. And I can give you the best example. You all know the app, the social media app called Instagram. And I was just scrolling through Instagram before we started. And there's a function called a story. When you upload a photo or a short video and it's there for 24 hours. And I looked on my friend's story. And you start the story and you see photos of remembrance, photos and videos of fallen soldiers, songs, sad songs. And you go throughout the story. You instantly see a change. They're at parties, they're celebrating, they see fireworks, they're smiling, laughing, dancing. And this is us. This is what we used to as Israelis. This is our life. We go from sadness to joy in a moment. We'll laugh with tears in our eyes and say, yeah, beseder, it will be okay. Because this is our way. We remember where we came from and what we sacrificed. And aim high and moving forward. We have hope in our hearts and we are marching with it. We turned the radio and we heard some music from Israel. We understood that it's going to be okay. Yeah, beseder. And that sadness is mixed with joy. We have learned that our life is absurd, that we revolve around the army, around the IDF, and that our language, our Hebrew, it's not perfect. And yet, this is our lifestyle. Thank you. If you have any questions, please.
Hi, Gabrielle. Elaine asked if you can email us the words to the last song, The New Hebrew.
Absolutely. I will. I can email you all the songs if you want, and if there's any other songs you want me to translate, I'll be happy to. I will put my email in the chat box, so you can all email me if you want me to translate any other songs or any following questions after that you haven't thought of right now.
Gabrielle, this is Sam.
Yes.
I want to tell you how much we enjoyed last night's program for Yom HaZikaron and tonight's program. Israel is 14th in the world of happiness countries. America is only 18th. So we can see from the songs and the enthusiasm of the performance, we can understand why Israel remains such a high place for happiness and enjoyment.
Thank you so much. I would say, yeah, this is really our life. It's really shocked me because I prepared this presentation and I worked on that, and I was thinking to myself, this is the concept that I want to talk about. This is the transition that I want to show. And right before what I say with Instagram, that wasn't planned. I talked with Stephanie and Jerry right before the lecture saying, I have to say it. I have to give this example because it's so strong. I'm scrolling throughout those photos in 24 hours period. You see people crying for their loved one who passed away, who fallen, and celebrating in the same time frame of 24 hours. That's so powerful and so strong that I just had to bring it up.
Are all these songs on YouTube?
Yes, all of them on YouTube, and I can send all the links in an email following this lecture, so you can have all of them.